àtisebo, àtisete, àtisete, àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́, àtisete, òtítọ́ òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́.
Speaking tongue. Sorry, that took me longer. But I have a caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello, my brother.
Hey, Lady Beatrice. How are you tonight, ma?
I thank God. I'm the first person today.
Yeah, lucky you.
I just wanted to comment on this police shame.
Okay.
There's a lot that has gone through your message this evening.
I told you from the beginning, if you watch, I said I have a lot. I'm just going to follow the spirit wherever it takes me, but I promise it was going to worth it. So there's a lot.
I thought from the police one, then a little bit to what they are doing to the Igbos.
Right. Let's start, ma'am.
Yeah, the police one, you can see how easy it is for criminals from other, even the people we are calling terrorists. How easy it is for them to enter our country. Imagine if you are in a border anywhere else in this world, and at least in Europe, let me use that, perhaps in some other countries in Africa too. The police will not start begging you for what do you have for me?
No.
They want to know what you are coming for. They want to see your passport.
In fact, where have you been to in their country so far?
They didn't ask that lady about her identity.
Or anything, nothing.
Nothing. What they are asking is, what did you bring for me? So imagine that lady has bombs.
That she's transporting for some evil people.
Exactly. Or she wants to come and bomb somewhere in Abuja. She will just go freely and through and enter where she's going to. So this is because people keep asking, how did all these terrorist people enter that are not really Nigerians? And some of them are now living with Nigerians. It is very simple. The police, there is no police in Nigeria.
No.
The police, I remember when my neighbor was robbed when I was in Nigeria. I used my phone. I think I was the only one that had phone in the area at that time. And I called the police. Do you know what the police told me?
What?
They said, the person that picked the phone said, "Madam, what is your number?" You know, that time, this telephone that you ring round and round, not like the ones we are using today. He said, will you come and carry us? We don't have vehicle. Come on, when you people have plenty, why they not go take small? This is what the word police. So can you give me your name and your... I just dropped my phone. And they robbed that neighbor. Thank God they didn't kill him. You know, so it's very easy to know how we have nobody checking on that country.
What it's just a big for nothing place. They've messed it up, man.
In fact, people come from other states, other nearby countries, and become Nigerians automatically. If you know the place you are and whatever the name, they ask you your father's name, you can easily get Nigerian passport. There's nothing to prove anything about anybody. Imagine that lady, you can see how she was laughing because you cannot enter Netherlands. I've been there before. You cannot enter Netherlands just like that. You have to prove yourself, who you are, where you are going to. Passport, please. The Germans will say, Ausweis, bitte. You cannot just be riding. Even though there's European something today, but still, when they get you somewhere, they'll still ask you.
At least if you have anywhere that there's a police checkpoint, that simply means they are carrying out official duty, including ID check. But no, that's not in Nigeria. Roadblocks are for bribe collections and all of that. We all know.
Yeah, and they tell you the people on top, they are doing their own. This is my own office to do my. I've seen them. I've had them, talking that way. The people on top, they are doing their own. This is my own office. And if you make gra-gra, I don't want to mention the name of the journalist. They nearly shot me and her on the road. Yeah, a prominent Nigerian journalist. They nearly killed me and her on the road. They wanted bribe during Christmas period. Are you getting me?
I'm with you.
And we were begging. The daughter came from America to see her father. And we three were in that car, in their family car. She just said I should follow her because we came from the same local government, can call it local government area. So, I followed them. And this policeman, one of them cocked his gun. He wanted something. It was towards New Year, you understand. He cocked his gun.
That Eastern rush, when people are moving back for the New Year, they want to miss it. And I remember how it used to be.
But one thing about police people is, if there are 3 police, there may be one that is a little bit human among the 3. So this one said, look, when she was telling them her name, her popularity, she's a very popular Nigerian journalist. She was. What will you? He said, if I kill you here, then your dead body go tell them, say, me kill you.
That is story.
And they were drunk. And I was begging.
Mostly drunk.
I was begging. The one that is not so hard, I told him, come. Please, whatever we have. I don't have much. Let's give you. Please tell your brother not to shoot. Tell him not to shoot. Because he has cocked his gun. Any word from that woman, he will shoot her. And the daughter said, Mommy, I just came to see my father. Don't let me die here. Stop talking to them. She was firing them, They say, I will kill you here. If I kill you, then your dead body will get up.
They say that all the time. It's unfortunate.
It's
Thank you so much, ma'am.
The country we found ourselves.
It is.
And about the Igbos and all those, it's obvious that they have counted us out of Nigeria. So we are no longer members of that country. But the silence of a tiger, they said, is not it's not weakness. They should take it easy with Igbos. Everybody is begging them, leave Igbos alone. Igbo didn't report you to anywhere. You said Obi didn't win, and you have taken over the power. Why don't you leave people in peace? Why don't you? And many of us are married to them. I have some children. 3 of them are already married to Yorubas. Are you getting me? My last baby wants to marry one soon. Am I going to tell him, don't marry Yoruba because now there is something against us? We people should be careful. They are destroying. If Emilio Kon doesn't know what to do, he should just resign. He has lived long enough. I think he's over 80 or whatever his age is.
Well, he's currently claiming 73, I think, but everybody knows he's probably more than that.
So whatever his age is, he cannot destroy a nation that was there before his birth.
Amen to that.
God bless all of us.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma. You have a good one, okay? So that's our lady there, Beatrice. Oh, hang on, I think I just missed yours. This of my callers who are calling on the WhatsApp, okay? I should be able to get you here. Let's hope. And I think that is is that you?
Yes, it's me. Good evening.
Oh, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, my dear. How are you?
Well, I'm here. Just doing same old.
Very good. Very good broadcast today. Thank you for all the work that you're doing. I'm not gonna spend too long. Just a few things I wanted to speak on. Okay. So regarding the policemen, so let me start from the last one. So disgracing Nigeria. That's not new.
Clearer. It seems that.
So can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, but it's somehow like inaudible somehow.
All right, I don't know if it's
like
better. This is better now.
I believe.
No, not at all. I'm actually having my head done, so my head is hurting at the moment.
So you're like, okay.
But
tell them to hang on for a minute,
yes,
for you, and then you go back to it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. If you can hear me clearly now, right?
I think I can. Yes, it's pretty much better. Yeah, please.
Yes. Okay. So with regards to the policemen, I mean, obviously, they won't be the first set of people to embarrass us on an international stage. we have a president who is incoherent like 99.9% of the time. The only problem we have is that we can't do anything about him. We can't get him out of government. We can't, fire him or whatever, right? So whether or not there are people embarrassing us is on a daily basis. Like, what's the highest embarrassment that we can have? An incoherent president, one who doesn't have any ideas, one who doesn't have any vision, or any know-how to move the country from point A to point B. So if it's embarrassment, let's just get ready. We're going to be embarrassed as long as this APC is in government. Okay.
So
now,
whatever it is right now, we can always either begin to get used to those embarrassments or
exactly,
get tired
that's what I'm
them
saying. There's no
and do something.
Saying Nigeria has been embarrassed, delivering the point. We already have a massive embarrassment out there, even bigger than the Nigerian police. You have the president of the whole country who is an embarrassment, who is, like I said, incoherent 99.9% of the time. It's exactly a drug dealer, a certificate
There's
forger.
nothing that can really wash that off, Cham. I swear, no matter how much people try to forget, every time you see his face, that's what you see.
You can't forget. He just has to open his mouth, and you're reminded that everything just comes rushing back. Okay. So, you talk about the northern people, using this
man, they are
bombing
already getting ready. At least all of now, Mayegun's diary political, right, in the temple here. When the whole show begin to kind of unfold, it won't surprise a lot of you. Because now then all of you will begin to call back and say, oh, Mayegun, you remember you said this program in your program in 20. I'll be like, I remember. At least if you can remember, then I remember too. It's about to get started.
Well, I'm not surprised because they've been trying to spin this story about how it was an Igbo person who did this and that and the other. They've already started peddling that who gave the order. They've already started peddling that story and trying to whip up, the usual sentiments, tribal sentiments around all of these things, right? But like you said, we'll be ready, But I mean, what else can we do, to be honest? But we will not be fooled.
I mean, it's just simply
by their antics.
It just simply means that I have said this before, and I kind of will repeat it tonight, and I hope you remember as well, right? I said, look at these guys, okay? Except they self-destruct, destroy themselves, okay? The people, we don't have a chance, okay, to get them completely destroyed. Now, you see, the process of them destroying themselves may take a while. Or you see, it's going to be slower and slower and slower. And this time around, if they are about to kickstart that, Charm, the ideal thing is for us to start preparing ourselves, educating ourselves. Once the alarm bell rings, okay, instead of them using it to get the power as they normally do, it should probably be the last time they will try it, rather than.
So
go on.
Absolutely. Like you said, you have to start getting.
Because they have to destroy themselves, and they will destroy themselves. They will
destroy themselves.
It's about time.
The greed will help to accelerate that destruction, which is what is what is playing out, at the moment. Now, I don't know how much you're going to talk about how the Igbos are being targeted.
Yes.
I don't know if that targeting is ever going to stop until either a restructuring is done or, like everyone says, break it up to save lives, right? I think
I can answer that in all sincerity, taking a look, by looking at the things, okay? Profiling the Igbos, scapegoating them, all right? Blaming them or targeting them, or any language any word anybody want to use, right? Will never end in Nigeria. As long as Nigeria exists, it will never end. Even if an Igbo man comes and do his best to make a significant, impactful changes in Nigeria, the moment that Igbo man is gone, they will reverse all those gains and they will blame the Igbos for it. The only way to stop is when we break up.
We've been having this back and forth regarding the breakup of Nigeria, or whether it's the restructuring of Nigeria, right? I'm not fooling myself. I'm not even sure that we're going to have an Igbo president, to be honest, or if there will be an Igbo leader.
I'm not ruling it out. they may give them Igbo president. Like, I'm not ruling it out.
No,
I mean, I will tell you this. Sorry, I'll tell you this, right? In their permutation, now some of us, they see Nigeria. I mean, some of us see Nigeria as a big place. So these guys, right, it's just like a chess.
Yeah.
If they feel like Nigeria is completely gone, almost to the breaking point, just the same way they did to the Yorubas in 1999, it will just be like magic. You see everyone who is saying Igbo will never be president, Igbo with this or that. It will be like somebody somewhere changed the button. All of their criminal leaders will align, and everybody will begin to shout an Igbo. Meanwhile, they are just looking for an Igbo man to sacrifice as the sacrificial lamb, in order to further keep Nigeria together. So it will never stop Igbos being profiled until Nigeria breaks.
I don't disagree with you to an extent. The point I'm trying to make is that the country that we call Nigeria is not a real country. I think we've all come to that. We've all come to that point.
Conclusion.
This is not a real country. We've come to that conclusion that this is not a real country because, first of all, there's no buying from other.
No statute, no agreements, no nothing.
From the most tribes, from anybody, to be honest. Okay, it was just like a country, a place put together by the British for their own convenience, right? Now, there can't be any kind of progress, significant progress, when we haven't addressed the fundamental issues that we have. That we, like we've all said, this is not a country. So the way it is, it cannot work. So we all have to agree as to how we want to be governed, whether or not we want to go back to the regional government that we had previously, and then pay into the center, right? So I don't know. The point I'm trying to make.
No, you are making a very good point. Like, there's no one size fits all in this situation we are in. That they are telling us that there are no, they said Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That means this non-negotiable is the problem right now. People must have options. We must have options. We must have options. Negotiate this. Or else we'll continue going in circles.
And I've always felt that, and my own feeling is that if you elect somebody who is reasonable, right, we can always have the next item to be the restructuring of the country. Now, Tinubu is not going to ever give us that because he's illegitimate. This particular situation that Nigeria is in, suits criminals like him. Okay, they want it this way because it works for them and their allies. Okay, now why I like Peter Obi is because they said if you start from nothing, you fall for everything, right? I've seen people, and I think this is what annoys me the most. And I know I keep saying it, like the chat group can be a bit of a mess, right? When you show the people Obi clip, you have people calling him Obidiot, Obi fool, this and that, and I'm like,
obedience,
okay,
what obedience, and the same set of people go on.
Yeah, what exactly is he saying that is not the truth? He's telling you how he creates wealth. He's telling you what his own hopes and aspirations are and his own dreams are. You can't ask him not to dream. If you feel entitled to dream, so does the next person. If Obi's biggest dream is to see a Nigeria that works, why do you hold that against him? That is his biggest vision. That is his biggest hope.
Listen.
And
people will tell you he's a politician, okay? They will tell you it's like other Nigerian politicians, right? Like, as much as I will respect people who say that, okay? We all agree that Peter Obi is, you know what I mean? Like, when he wasn't saying he wanted to be president, he was loved by a lot of people, including those who are calling him all kind of names today. So he's being criticized or hated because he's not corrupt enough. He did not install his own state. You know what I mean? All those things, okay?
Yeah. I understand that.
But hang on. Now, why do people now hate him? The other part is because he's an Igbo man. There's no other extra.
See, I see two scenarios. People talk about, break it up to save lives. That's very, and I've said that before, right? That eventually it will get to a point where Nigerians can't take it anymore and they will hit the streets. There will be loss of lives, right? People will die. Okay, people will die, right? But I wanted to see a situation whereby if you have somebody like it will be, then he can be compelled because that is the next item on our agenda, the restructuring of the country, because we can't carry on the way that we are, right? And I feel like that is a bloodless option. That seems like a bloodless option because again, we are talking about lives. You don't want people to die. So I think sometimes I take offense to people who talk about, who insult people for no just reason because they stood on their own beliefs and and they're standing there. If you have your own beliefs, if you have your own beliefs and you have your own dreams, hopes and dreams, stand on your own hopes and dreams. So don't insult the next person. And I think that's just where I want to end because
I'll leave it at that. I think a lot of people around here
is a
already
bit of a
catching up
mess.
there. Cham, enjoy the rest of the day, okay? Thank you so much for that contribution. But make I had small before I take next call, okay? You see, the chance that what would have Obi done if he was Obi, would he have probably begun the process of restructuring Nigeria? Would he have the political will to do that? Here is number one, we will never know, okay? Since Peter Obi participated in your charade elections and you have seen how that ended. So you see that avenue of if it was Obi, somebody who seems to have an idea of people coming together to discuss about Nigeria and now they want to be governed and the rest of that, right? So he might do it. Some will tell you, no, he doesn't have the North will never let him do it. Forget it. Obi can never do any restriction. Listen, the point I'm making is we will never know. And if anybody is telling you that the reason why they still believe in Nigeria and they want to be president and they want to campaign for election and the rest of that is because they believe Obi could come and do restructuring, that is also going to be something that I can say authoritatively that is a lie. And on that, you see, on this one, we may say we will never find out. Okay, it's not your president now, Abi. The fact that okay, in the future they might want to do this or that. No. For Obi as an Igbo man to be president of Nigeria, the power brokers, the criminals in Nigeria, from the north to the south to the east to everywhere, they must align. Do you understand? And that's what I said to Charm earlier. You see how Obi said majority of them don't pick his calls anymore. During that campaign, they were avoiding him. They didn't want to be seen with him. And these were people that he's had relationship of a 20, 30, 40 years relationship with. But because he said he wanted to be president, majority of them, if he called them that he's coming to their house, they would tell him that, sorry, I'm not in Nigeria, I'm not home now. Obi said that they were avoiding him and all of that. If all of them align and Obi, an Igbo man, is their, is the candidate of unity. They always have that once in a while. Candidate of unity, which is they don't want the Biafra to go, the Igbos to go. So let's make an Igbo man the next president. Okay? It will just all be like, why is everybody aligning? You will be seeing the shake in northern Nigeria, in Kano, in everywhere. They will begin to aggressively push for Peter Obi. Now, here is where that will end. It simply means, you see all these interests that are going to align, that are going to allow your vote to count, that are not going to shut down your server and all of that stuff, the Kabasa, the military and the rest of them, that are going to just align for Peter Obi. These are interests that are going to take away the political will from Obi himself. These are people that can make the country ungovernable and make you hate him within 2 weeks. And if they know that he has the intention of breaking up Nigeria into regions where everyone can just be on their own and all of that, then you will probably even hate him more because they will have a hold on him. The time that Obi could have possibly just be the ideal candidate that you can put your money on, that it would possibly make a difference when it comes to restructuring Nigeria the last time and the best time was your last charade. It was meant to be rigged. It was meant to be stolen. And it was meant to be what it was. And it is right now. I told you that, but that was the chance. That was the chance that for the first time, money was not going to determine the election. Even Kolu, as much as Kolu spent for the election on the vote and the rest of that, you will never compare that to what Mahmoud Yakubu and his gang cashed out from these rogue politicians who are writing the results. INEC. And then they are judiciaring. As you are paying lawyer, paying for lawyers, paying for evidence, this or that, they paid judges. And they had to write the judges for them as well, the judgment for them as well. Here you get. So if to say they allowed your vote to count, which they would never, and we knew that they would never let it, assuming they allowed it, it would have been the first time that you are electing a president without actually being paid a kobo, without having been paid to begin to go and lie to people about. Here you get. And that would have been a legitimacy. That could have proved wonders, but it's never going to happen. Even though they might tell you that it's still going to happen in the future. I don't know about that. Okay? Maybe Prince Jejeman knows. Prince Jejeman.
Yes, this is Prince Jejeman representing IPOB for live, Mama.
The Prince representing IPOB for live. Prince Jejeman, please.
My Tucano Mike. Baba with the hair.
Tell me. Well, how is your weekend, by the way? Prince Jejeman.
My weekend great. Can't complain.
Well, now you have heard the lowdown today, and I bet you have your own add-ons too.
Yes, Baba.
Please go ahead.
Thank you for the time, Baba. What I have to say or contribute today is to remind the Supreme Court judges of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Fulani Republic of Nigeria.
I want to remind them the date of Nnamdi Kanu unconditional
release,
freedom.
Isn't that Friday next week, by the way?
Yes, coming Friday 15th. I want to mention the date to them because they normally go on holiday and they normally go to marry the fourth wife. I want them to remember the date. Last time they told us they forgot that they have holiday on the date of Nnamdi Kanu court day. Nnamdi Kanu issue and case is a global issue.
It is.
It's not a local champion material. We want to remind them the date. Nnamdi Kanu is not the one that is causing insecurity in Nigeria.
No, he's not.
He is not the one that is recruiting Boko Haram into all the armed forces of Nigeria. Today, they are bombing the citizens. And the only thing the citizens are receiving is sorry. It is not Nnamdi Kanu who is doing that. I want to remind the Supreme Court judges. Okay? It is not the Supreme Court judges. I want to also remind them that it's not Nnamdi Kanu that went for international kidnapping and terrorism in 1984.
No.
And in 2021, it is not Nnamdi Kanu that went for international kidnapping and terrorism in Kenya.
No.
It is the Fulani herdsmen terrorist family.
Yes, so.
They are the problem to Nigeria. They are the one that is causing
breaking international law, kidnapping people internationally, and at the same time ransacking people's villages, asking them for their land or their lives. Tell them.
They don't respect any rule of law, both local local and internationally.
No.
They deserve their own separate nation. They don't even have to join Hausa. Because Hausa have never had rest since they joined them in the north. Hausa welcomed them. They use Islam to deceive Hausa. Today now, they are the one controlling 14 states of the north. Only 5 is where Hausa are governors. And they are the people that will come and tell Nigerians that Igbos are domineering. Igbos are domineering. Like if Igbo goes to north, they do take their houses or their land by force from them.
Like you
I
put
want
gun
to
on their
remind
head
this
to give you their lands or give you their houses, and yet nobody knows about that because it never happens.
No Igbo man has an oil well in the north.
No.
But all the emirs, all the Fulani henchmen, Janjaweed, they have oil well in the east. But they are always accusing Igbo of not having respect, of domineering, of possessing anywhere they go. I want to be reminding the Supreme Court judges because all they know now is technicality and technicality. Since the Sharia Tanko technicality joined them, they've never recovered themselves. Is that where ghosts join human being in a party? Their life will never be the same.
It's been down.
Now is the opportunity for them. Now is the opportunity for them to redeem their image that is already destroyed internationally. 2023 election that they handed over Nigeria to an irreparable damages. A drug lord has destroyed their image. Nnamdi Kanu is the only savage for them now. That's what I want to remind them.
Tinubu is not going to miss the opportunity now that the North is almost ganging up and they are getting ready. And from what I heard, like I said the last time, barring any last minute change of mind or something, right? The plan is to let him go. Supreme Court is, if they see to, my own worry is that the Supreme Court may say, oh, they have adjourned again, they couldn't sit again, they adjourned to another month. And I pray they don't, like you just said you want them. We hope they will listen and take the chance now.
I want them to know, Mayego, God bless you. I want them to know that, you see, the more they delay, the more their image are being destroyed.
We'll keep it destroyed
throughout the whole world. And we will make sure that they will never sit in any court. Because if they continue to dispense injustice, what goes around comes around.
It does come around.
Their families that are abroad, one day, the whole nation where they are will tell them that they are from Africa and they must go back. Let them continue to destroy Nigeria and think that they can have a safe haven in UK and America. It will not augur well. Oh.
Amen. Oh.
What goes around comes around. God bless you, my good general.
Prince
Continue the great job.
Thank you.
We support you.
I know.
Our freedom is sure.
Certainly.
Nigeria is gone. And there's no way, nothing they can do about it.
At least not this way. There's one thing they can do. Call everybody peacefully. We'll go our separate ways. But if they continue to tell us that it's not negotiable, it's not negotiable. Okay, the Prince. I'll take another one.
Very good. God bless you, Jare. Continue the fire. Continue the fire. We need more people like you, my good general.
Yes,
we need more people like you.
And we will get there. Trust. Prince.
Another thing I want to beg our Yoruba brothers, please, let them join force like you and be speaking, because Yoruba land is under siege. Let them not be focusing on party in Abuja and forget their land. The Fulani terrorists, herdsmen are rounding up all over Nigeria as we speak. Let them not be focusing on party in Abuja. This is what I'm begging. This is what I'm begging them.
Thank you, the Prince.
Yoruba nation should be their focus, not Nigeria. Thank you, my good general.
And you too. You stay safe, okay? You have a good one. That's Prince Man. Now, if you are still with me, it simply means that you are still enjoying the Zabi. have you really liked the broadcast? Like you leave the comment section and you go on there and you like it. I have seen that over 800 of us have managed to pay our offerings, right? Yet you still have nearly 2,000 still watching. You should go there and do it, please. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good morning from Philippines.
Oh, is it morning now over there? India, is that where you're coming from? I mean, calling from?
The Philippines.
Say that again, sorry.
The Philippines.
Oh, it's Philippines. Sorry, I was looking at that call code earlier. So how are you? I mean, it's morning now, right there, isn't it?
Yes, I'm getting ready to go to church. I just decided to call in before,
Okay, please do. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
This is my first time calling.
You're the first time caller, yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
I go by the name Ike Chuku.
Did you say Idris?
Ike Chuku, Ike for short.
Ike for short, okay. I'll keep Ike Chuku, right?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
So
that line really seems quiet, okay? But Ike, if you can just raise your voice a little bit. But I know it's too early in the morning, and I don't want you to be shouting in your own apartment right now, okay? But a little bit, please.
Yes, sir. I don't really have much to talk about today. Based on everything you have been saying, and I've been following your broadcast for like 4 years now.
Oh dear.
So
thank you.
I'm a proud Biafran, as everybody wants to claim. Actually, my dad is from Obudu, Cross River State, and my mom is from Imo. But I'm a proud Biafran. I was on Facebook today and I saw a guy posted something. I was like talking about how the Igbos in Lagos need to, they're talking about going back to the south.
Oh,
and I was
telling
like,
people to go back to where they come from, yeah?
Exactly. And I was like, why can't you tell your government to open our seaports in Cross River State, in Bayelsa State, in Port Harcourt, all those riverine areas? Open our seaports, probably our airports, and see what happens if all our brothers from Lagos will go back and develop again.
Exactly. Open all those places and see if they won't go back. Imagine a whole country, a whole Nigeria as just one single seaport, one single sea entry officially in the whole Nigeria.
It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Here in Philippines, this country, we are times 2 their population. They have about 15 seaports. I won't lie.
Everywhere you see countries, like, where you see countries with water like this, like you have in Nigeria, Southern, everywhere, right? My port go yakpa for everywhere now. Port will yakpa shani.
Philippines is also a third world country, but since I came here, they never carried like this. I came here 2014. I've been here. I came here at a very young age. I've been here for up to 9 years now. So,
and that's like almost what do you call it? Over 9 years now, you would say.
This December 28th makes it 9 years.
Wow.
Yes, sir. So
you have been into a system for that long enough to know that these guys are just deliberately kept us in that darkness. Haven't you noticed?
For a very long time. I'm a very young guy. I would lie to you. I'm 25 years old. I don't know if I'm probably the youngest
which means you have been in Philippines since you are probably 16, 17.
You're very correct. I was 16 when I left Nigeria. And ever since, I've never once in my lifetime had a feel for these criminals. When I hear and see other young people like me on social media talking and doing all this nonsense,
you just feel
I wonder, like,
man, these guys have no idea of how their lives are wasting, right?
Why can't we be cut of the same clothes to be thinking like each other? Because it's very, very outrageous. I'm very surprised a lot of young people who don't know anything about the politics going on in Nigeria. I've never been a fan to none of these criminals. My dad was a civil servant. Today they owe him pension. All these things have affected me in these Philippines. Nigeria has happened to me long time ago before I started watching your broadcast.
Yeah, brother.
I would like to, I'm telling you, I'm very serious. I'm still here in Philippines, hoping that, I will go home someday. But please go home. the tunnel vision is really blurry. I'm telling
Now,
you.
at your own age, you have known so much enough that you will not let anybody continue to lie to you that your future is bright in Nigeria. You will not. And there are many people like you, many young people like you as well, who have now catch up. They're not going to wait till they turn 45 before realizing that they've been lied to.
Never. I won't wait till I turn all those all those agbayas I see. No, I will never do that. Even my dad, when I talk to my dad, he wants to use prayer. You know, Nigerian parents.
Nigerian parents, can you blame him?
He wants to use prayer. I say, now you did the open pension, maybe me, you are still defending these people.
I tell you, what do you want me to say now? What do you do other than for us to keep praying for them so that they will pay us? Like, what do you want me to say? I said, man, this is just not right.
I had an argument with some guys over here. Young guys like me, they are telling me I should pray for Tinubu to accept. How can you pray for somebody like that? That has been a criminal for years before I was born.
Tinubu succeed. Who prays for criminals to succeed? Do people even know what they are praying for?
I just tired. They are praying for a criminal
to succeed.
Very outrageous. I'm really glad I was able to call in and get my, I appreciate my everything. I hope to call in sometime again.
Please do. And I mean, I know it's so late to join over there, but you've been watching somehow for the past few years. Yeah, Baba.
Every day. That time, before this time changed, 3 a.m. I wake up. Look at the wake up. I always be awake. Now the time don't change 4 a.m. So I'm always there doing, listening, getting informed. I appreciate your effort, Baba. I really appreciate your effort.
Thank you.
You're one of the OGs.
Just take it easy too, okay? And all the best. And I would love to speak to you again, Baba. Ike, you have a wonderful day, because I can't say good night to you now. I have to say you have a wonderful day, okay? A wonderful Sunday, rather. Yes, man. That's Ike from Philippines. And listen, it's quite interesting when you understand that there are a handful number of young people who now understands what is going on in Nigeria than you can imagine. But yet, we are still building that number up.
Come on.
Hello there.
Hey, Miyagu, how are you today?
I am very well, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. Chris from Nottingham.
Oh, did you say Chris? Chris, man, Chris, it's been a while.
Yeah, that's what time it is, brother.
Oh, bless you, Baba. Anyway,
I love your program.
Yes, please.
I love your program because you always make my day.
Oh, bless you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, today, right? Do one thing you don't understand that there's a bit of comedy to your program.
I decided you know there's a story behind that, Chris, right? There's a story behind that, right? Usually when I first started, right? And I'm always like this angry. So I'm always shouting. And I wouldn't even know that I was shouting. Then some people get a little bit, something like, you don't need to shout like that and all of that stuff and that, right? Then I started getting deeper. Where when I'm speaking, it's just going to get to you and you'll be like, I'm digging into your heart. And you are just there like,
I can understand.
That's true. Then some people started saying they are open to stop watching me because it gets them too emotional. It gets them to be thinking too deep. I'm like, okay, you know what? We'll be mixing it up so that the message will still be passed, right? And you can chuckle for a while, like laugh, giggle, and all that. But the message will still be passed. It's not supposed to be comedy, you know it. Well, I don't want to be accused
today's program is comedical.
But it's good. Because it's a mix of everything.
Yeah, the part where the dust lady got to the checkpoint.
Yeah.
And they said from then I say,
You saw that too, right?
I saw that, but I couldn't stop laughing. But
Nigeria should be on Netflix. Somebody told me that. I said, man.
Definitely, right? Nigeria is a crime scene and is a comedy scene as well.
Tell me about it.
I think we are the best comedians in the world.
Yes.
But sometimes when you look at that program, right? When you look at what is happening in Nigeria today, right? You can't blame the help. A lot of people blame the judiciary, which we did when they give all those judgments and all those rubbish, right? But first of all, you check how much those people are paid. Don't forget, judges are like, how do I describe them? Judges like They are like immortal human beings. You can't see them in public. They don't go to parties. They don't, that's what I'm saying. They get their life
to meant to be sacred. You don't see them anyhow.
Yes, and those type of people, you pay them a high court just gets 600,000 naira per month.
400. There are some collecting 400.
And 400. And yes, even someone in Imo State that was riding on Okada. A high court judge, she's a lady on Okada to work. And this is
now in a position to give a judgment on presidential election. They promised
and they offer her $5 million. What do you expect her to do? Those policemen you see today, right? They are paid 40,000 naira,
50,000
per month, right?
Yes.
And the budget for every police station in Nigeria is 30,000 naira per year. Budget for every police station, 30,000. How would they manage that?
I shook. Because when you divide that 30,000 naira by, what do you call it, by 12, it can't be like saying just about 500.
So you can understand why those people are saying, what do you blame for us? You want to blame those guys? You can't blame them. So Nigeria need a total restructuring. It's not about ethnicity. Forget about the ethnicity or Yoruba. This thing. Look, I'm from Delta, right? And if you want to talk about that, right? I think every governor that have ever managed Delta since the new dispensation, right? All of
that would be from James Ibori's time.
Yeah, they should bury that. They should be. Yeah, they should bury it alive. All of them should be buried alive.
Even Okowa.
Okowa should be buried. Okowa was one of the most. Oh my God! I can't look. I don't want to talk about
800 billion naira loan to fund Atiku's campaign. I don't know if some of you still remember that. They are part of the loan that Delta State
a month to the election. The guy collected 800 billion a month to election. How does he explain that?
Baba, the guy just disappeared like that as we speak right now. I don't know where he is.
Because it's to this rising power. They cover up for them. That's why every governor